with today's reading. By the way, on Prosperity Living's Facebook page, you can always get the thought for the day. It's really short. It's like 5-10 seconds maximum. So if you're interested in that, that's where to go for it. Today's reading, of course, is from the Science of Mind magazine, The Daily Guides. And this month it's written by Mary Davis, read by me, of course, at least in this instance. So without ado, because it's late, let's get on with it. Like the title, Where You Are Meant to Be. Where You Are Meant to Be. First quote is from the great Lebanese-American poet who wrote in Arabic and in English, Khalil Gibran. And he says, your reason and your passion are your rudder, and they are the sails of your seafaring soul. Your reason and your passion are your rudder, and the sails of your seafaring soul. How about that? Reason, passion. Of course, he's a poet, and poets know everything about passion, right? Ernest Holmes says, the divine spirit always knows what to do and how to do it. So I'm never without guidance in the successful achievement of my good desires. My every thought, act, and purpose is guided by this wisdom. And that was Ernest Holmes. I don't know where it came from, but it's Ernest Holmes. And this is a question that Mary Davis poses, which I'm sure every single one of us heard when we were kids, and maybe even later in life. What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, what do you want to be when you grow up? We have all been rehearsing the answer to that question since we were young. And even now we can feel pressured by it, assuming that the answer should be clear. Presumably, it isn't, right? She says, perhaps you ask the same question that I asked myself. Is our purpose a career, a calling, or a way of life? Do we have one purpose, or do we have many purposes? Does our purpose change throughout life? Is there both a good personal purpose as well as a universal purpose? And this also, next piece, came out in her intro, which I read yesterday. After graduating from nursing school, I began performing as a jazz pianist in nightclubs. That really intrigues me, that she goes through all the trouble to go through nursing school, and then it seems like her passion is art. But later on, the nursing school does come out, as you'll see. And 20 years went by. Since then, I wandered through a menagerie of other careers, following exactly where my heart led me. I've never regretted a moment of it. Every day held meaningful and joyous moments. He goes on to say, we're not our titles, or our jobs, or our salaries. We are so much more than that. We are infinite possibility. When we follow the authentic yearnings of the heart, what Ernest Holmes calls the divine urge, we can't miss our purpose. When a door closes, another door is meant to open. Believe, pray, pay attention, strive to be the best version of yourself, and life will unfold as it should. A future goal is not your life. The path itself is your life. What you do today is your life. Create a life that brings you moments of meaning and joy, and the path will lead you to exactly where you are meant to be. And this is great. I mean, this is wonderful advice, because where your passion is, that's where you're meant to be. I mean, seriously, where your passion is, that's where you're meant to be. And Bob Proctor used to say, and it may or may not be how you earn your living, but it's where you love to spend your time. And he also said, and I quoted him before on this, that if the two things collide, if where you make a living is your passion, then you don't have a job. You don't have an occupation, you know. But the whole point of this message is to seek and find what is your passion, what you love doing, and to go back and quote Khalil Gibran, who says, your reason and your passion are the rudder and the sails of your seafaring soul. So he's telling you to combine passion with reason, and that is the direction that will guide you. You know, the rudder guides the ship, right, through the water, and that will guide you. So my advice to me and to you and to everybody else is, what's your passion? And see if you can hold that in your mind. And ultimately, if you do that long enough, that will become what you do mostly in life. And the rest is just going to flow in. You know, the income's going to flow in and everything. But that's not to say that whatever you're doing now that brings you your livelihood, you throw it out of the window. No, some people have done it. I mean, some people have been brave enough just to turn everything around and just go off in one direction, and it's worked for them. But you've really got to be totally passionate about it and totally knowing that this is exactly what you want to do, whatever happens. So, once again, find your passion. So, what? Let's see. What is the affirmation? As I follow the authentic yearnings of my heart, I find the way home to my true path and purpose. As I follow the authentic yearnings of my heart, I find the way home to my true path and purpose. And I don't think it needs any more explanation. But sometimes what you love to do, you find ways to put it at one side. But if you keep it kind of in your mind, ultimately it will come to you. So I'm just knowing for each and every person who listens to this reading today that they find their true purpose and passion in life. And I claim this to be true in the divine mind, and I'm grateful that it's true. And I can release this word into that divine mind that always says yes. And so it is. So my colleague Reverend Lisa, Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page, 9:15 tomorrow, and I'll be back at 5 p.m. tomorrow, and you can reach me sometime tomorrow on whatever social media you saw this. Or if I get really busy, it might be the next morning, like this morning, I uploaded onto a lot of the social media. So, but I will be there. However long it takes me to get there, I'll be there. So take a deep breath. Namaste.